Welcome to Testing the Space, the podcast where you can learn how to make your dreams come true. This is episode 9, where we're going to be covering some news around the blockchain, and we're going to talk about some different things that you might not think of when you hear the word crypto. Real estate, digital trading cards, and, drumroll, porn crypto. And now, without further ado, this is Jake with your lightning crypto news.
Thank you for joining me tonight on the 8th. Is it the 8th or the 9th?
It's the 13th.
No, not the date. The podcast number.
9.
9th rendition of the lightning crypto news. The financial advisors, and I say the in the sense of all the financial advisors in whatever company that you're thinking about, are 72% more likely to invest clients' money in crypto if a spot ETF was offered in the United States. There's a lot of information coming out about this right now. There's bears, there's bulls. You can do your own research on it on places like Coinbase, as well as the news on Blockworks. Starbucks is getting into NFTs after they had that whole shebang in the last 2 weeks. They're adding the option to pay for coffee with Bitcoin, and essentially, what they're doing is they're getting into NFTs, which is kind of a big deal. Lots of companies jumping into NFTs. There's plenty of them that I could talk about. Walmart's included in that. Costco is coming out with NFTs. McDonald's is coming out with NFTs. I believe I talked about that on my last rendition of Lightning News in episode 8. What else do we have here? So Bank of America says that crypto could outperform bonds and stocks as inflation wreaks havoc on the American economy. That's true. In terms of crypto, it's basically going to outperform everything in the next 5 years. So in 5 years, you can quote me on this, you will be richer if you invest in crypto in some form or fashion. This is not financial advice. If you invest in crypto in some form or fashion, you will be richer 5 years from now. Binance is going to help advise Ukrainian regulators for crypto regulation so they can get something in place because they are still receiving a lot of donations via crypto. So they're trying to get that in place so they can officially adopt it as a traditional currency. February 24th was when the war started between Russia and Ukraine. I know this because I asked my partner Jake, but also because it was on a night that we had a podcast recording, and we were like, oh shit, it's really happening. In terms of sports, we're going to dive into sports a little later in a different way, but UFC fighters have begun asking for bonuses in Bitcoin, just like specific NFL players. So another one jumps on board here. So I have a list here from the Blockworks Twitter. I'm going to click on it here, and we're going to go through the institutions that are represented at Permissionless, which is on May 17th through May 19th this year at Palm Beach, Florida. The institutions that are represented this year at Permissionless, which you can also mint an NFT to get lifetime access to, if you look into that. The institutions represented are Visa, Aave, is that how you say that? Aave? I've learned I've said things wrong for a long time in crypto, so I just assume that it's wrong now. Terra, is it Terra? Terra, Circle, Celsius, Bitwise, Masari, Polygon, Bankless, Coinbase, Fireblocks, Robinhood, Axie Infinity, Uniswap Labs, Andreessen Horowitz, and the Ethereum Foundation. You can do more information, or you can search for more information on that via the Blockworks website. In other news, Tesla and Block, formerly known as Square, which was one of Jack Dorsey's babies, Team and Blockstream team up to mine Bitcoin in Texas using strictly solar and wind technology that was paired with Tesla. So they bought all this shit from Tesla to use it in wide open fucking fields because Texas has a great climate for the natural energy shit. And they were like, fuck it, we're going to put a bunch of stuff together. I'm going to buy 9.2% of Twitter, and we're just going to team up and fucking kill it. So they're doing that in Texas. They're going to start mining Bitcoin as well as other various cryptocurrencies in Texas using Tesla technology. The Bored Ape Yacht Club, a burger joint, so a physical entity, opens up in California. NBA's crypto chief registers the second .eth domain as league files for 4 NFT trademarks. So the NBA is going out of their way to also join the space in some way. You know, athletes, like I said, at UFC getting bonuses in Bitcoin. NFL players doing the same thing. The NBA is filing for NFT trademarks. I'm thinking tennis next. That's probably the easiest one. Tennis and soccer are going to be big. Soccer already announced that they are going to have a sponsor called Crypto.com for the FIFA World Cup. I talked about that in another podcast. So lots of sports stuff jumping on here. Brazil is planning to regulate crypto soon. Not a lot of news on it. Just literally was like, Brazil plans to regulate crypto soon. They haven't had anything in place. They just really like their DeFi games over there. Over 1/3 of Nigerians are now invested in crypto. Inflation rises to 8.5% this week. If that's actually a real number, it's probably more like, what do you think, Jen? Probably over 10, maybe like 12. I'd say around 12. Yeah, between 10 or 12. The Luna Foundation owns over 40K in specific Bitcoin coins. So not 40K Bitcoin, because normally that would mean just 40K in 1-to-1 US dollar Bitcoin, but 40K Bitcoins. So they own 40K Bitcoins. Can you do the math on that for me? 40K Bitcoins, can you do it? The merge with proof of work to proof of stake transition in terms of the type of blockchain that it is, proof of work or proof of stake, is going to take longer than expected for Ethereum, and it could add an extra few months. The devs that are in charge of everything are telling people not to invest in Ethereum mining rigs before the transition happens. I think that's a bunch of baloney. They're telling you not to do something that usually means that you need to do it because it's cheaper now. Am I wrong? I think I'm right. Legal tender, in terms of legal tender bills in Mexico, they are attempting to get a CBDC regulation pushed through in Mexico in general so that they can adopt stablecoins as well as Bitcoin, among other crypto, as legal currency. So that's kind of interesting. Another country jumping on. China is approaching NFTs quite cautiously at this moment in time. They've already banned mining, and they've already banned cryptocurrencies, so you can't technically do those, even though 10% of the crypto market is based in China when you look at where the transactions are happening. So it's still happening there, but they are open, so they're approaching it cautiously, but that also means that they're open to NFTs, which is interesting. I don't know exactly what they would do with that, but you can probably think about and speculate. Thank you for listening to the 9th rendition of Lightning Crypto News. We're going to go into a little different segment tonight. We're not going to split. We're just going to kind of come together and talk about the different opportunities that we see in the space, the untapped markets, and we're going to go from there. I think that that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, that works for me. Hey, what's up, guys?
Thanks for joining me. Hopefully my breath doesn't smell like meat.
Yeah, it smells like a nice sausage.
It's not as stinky as your feet.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the miscellaneous things that are in blockchain that still have a lot of room to grow and haven't fully developed yet. The first is real estate. Right, with vacation rental houses, parking spots, dream homes, before long, all of those things will be purchased on a blockchain. The creation of real estate smart contracts is the next wave of NFTs, and it could facilitate the future transactions of properties through smart contracts.
What do you think the utility is of that?
You can provide the utility of having real estate on a smart contract or powering it through crypto is because it can be finalized in less time than a traditional real estate transaction through a bank.
That makes sense. So what you're telling me is that instead of going through the whole shitty process of, getting your John Hancock on some paper, you just throw it on the blockchain.
You can approve the smart contract, and the process can be done in minutes, I'd guess, probably.
Yeah, probably minutes. It depends on the blockchain that's going to be used, right?
Where I know real estate contracts for normal properties through banks can take several days right now. So a lot of time and hassle saved through going through the blockchain.
So you just showed me this tonight. You've been shilling it for a while. Can you tell me about Algorand?
Algorand is one of the biggest players for real estate crypto that I know of. I know I did some research on other projects that I'll get to later, but the main one that I've seen is Algorand. Algorand uses their own virtual machine, and it tells that it has even more powerful smart contracts. What that all includes, I'm not sure. But it was founded in 2017 by Italian computer scientist Silvio Micali, who came up with the purest form of proof of stake. And they launched their mainnet in June of 2019. The major partnership, and why I think Algorand, is they partnered with Asset Block, a $60 million fund that will look to bring real estate transactions through its blockchain. It consists of why that's unique is because this opens up a borderless economy for real estate. Right now you're tied to markets. Like if you're buying real estate in the United States and you want to buy a house in a different state or something,
Yeah.
you're more tied to the niche markets. Rather with crypto, you can buy borderless through smart contracts because you don't have to exchange currency. You don't have to do all the overhead hassle of the transaction
Of
process.
what you would have to
with
normally
smart
do.
contracts.
If anybody's bought a house, we all know that takes a shit ton of time.
So they're making a tokenized version off Algorand's blockchain with partnered Asset Block to have a token powered for real estate. They also have another partnership with Lofty, and it's an AI powered liquid marketplace for AI vetted real estate. Kind of like you see with Zillow and how they have an AI algorithm, like when you search for a property. They're going to have that exact thing through the AI Lofty, is that you can search for properties and then use your tokens with Algorand to purchase property.
But real property,
But
not
real
digital
not
property.
digital
Maybe
property.
digital property someday too.
Yeah, it's you get more privacy when buying property, and it's a lot easier for international and overseas transactions, and it's a lot more liquid.
I'm sold because you told me it was also carbon neutral. So now I'm even more excited.
Yeah, a big part of Algorand is they pledge to be the greenest blockchain with carbon negative network now and in the future. So if you're big about the environment, Algorand is taking a big step forward and trying to bring a green economy.
And what's the price?
Current price of Algorand is about 71 cents, I think I last saw. The top, 74 cents. I think the top was like $2.90.
That's something that's under the radar.
It's an under the radar gem that's doing a lot for something that's has to be built out yet, but it will be a big talk in the future.
It's near, but I mean, you said this. It's near, but 74 cents.
It's bringing a lot of what near is with green, and it's doing more with real estate. They also have music too, which I thought was super funny that LimeWire selected Algorand to
Blast from the past.
relaunch a digital collectible marketplace. We haven't seen. I think that's going to be a pretty big talk on social media. LimeWire coming back because
You're like, oh yeah.
when
You
I
should
was
tweet that.
when I was a kid, it was growing. It was growing. It was like the biggest place to torrent music.
At Jake Jenner John. He's tweeting it.
And there was one last thing that I'll mention about Algorand is that Lottery.com is coming out with Project Nexus, which is a blockchain-based gaming platform. So you got the tie-in of real estate, music, and gaming.
And probably gambling.
And probably gambling at
Yeah.
some point. There will be other ways to get real estate, and that's with Bitcoin. Some real estate agents already have put listings out there for that you can buy with using Bitcoin. But in the future, I think a main premise of having it is you can use crypto-backed mortgages. You can still own the Bitcoin and use your investment as collateral for purchasing a mortgage. This adds a collaboration of the appreciation that you get from your Bitcoin still going up while being able to buy something with with stability like real estate. Well, I'll just talk to you. The Lightning Network with Taproot.
Yeah.
So Taproot, with the upgrade that we saw this last summer, you have increased security, and how that can play in together with having something like the Lightning Network offer its services where you can buy and sell things with Bitcoin. While you have that Taproot upgrade, it can go in with real estate because you may not want everybody to see all the transactions and things that are taking place with a real estate transaction.
Yeah.
And with the Taproot upgrade, it goes hand in hand with being able to use
The Lightning
Bitcoin
Network
with real estate.
Yeah, the Lightning Network.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that overall, when you look at that, this is like the beginning of something.
Yeah. A lot of this is still being built out for a whole new era of...
This is alpha right here.
This is alpha.
This is alpha.
This is a whole new wave of blockchain usage, and we haven't even started doing any of this, really.
It's the next thing, dude.
Yeah.
Get some Algorand. 74 cents. Just fucking
Algorand,
couple
Bitcoin
hundred.
for real estate.
Not financial advice. Buy some Algorand.
There's a few other things that are looking at real estate crypto. One of them that I looked up was Republic. It basically allows you to be kind of like a venture capitalist as a small retail person. Mm-hmm. You can use your crypto and buy into the fund, and they hold.
So it's like a DAO almost.
Yeah, they hold investment properties that, as a small retail trader, you can just provide liquidity.
I've actually been on websites like that. They do that for regular money too, like the U.S. dollar. Like there's a ton of stuff out there. I was looking at land, like up for sale on like an AI controlled site, like a Acre Trader I think it's called, and that's what they do. You can buy like portions of property and make money back on them. Like it's like the physical, like it's the same thing but for blockchain.
I can't think of what those funds are called. That like money or not money market fund, but there's some type of funds where you like all allocate and pool together and create like an overall investment portfolio. I can't think what it's called.
Oh wait, I have it in my head. No, I don't.
It's the same concept though. That
I just thought that might help you.
And then Sand and Mana, obviously they have their virtual land. That's a big thing. You'll be able to rent those pieces out in the future. So, I mean, who wouldn't want to be a digital landlord?
Yeah, dude. I mean, you're going to be able to, you can buy land via NFTs now. NFTs. You can buy land on like a variety of ways though. It's not just for metaverses. A lot of people are like, oh, land, that must mean metaverse. It's not just metaverse. You can buy land for like fucking anything. It's interesting.
Yeah, they came out with their alpha season 2, speaking of that, recently, and that's free to play on any PC.
What is it called?
It's the alpha season 2.
What's it about?
I don't know. I haven't played it. So
that's
I don't
okay.
know.
Neither do I. Alpha season 2. I guess we'll have to look at it.
Yeah,
maybe next time. I mean, if it's free.
Part.
Yeah, it got me on the free part. Maybe we'll check it out and we'll talk about it next podcast.
Maybe I'll meet Snoop in the metaverse.
He'll get you some nice deals. Okay, digital trading card games. Yu-Gi-Oh. Tell me.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
There's a few digital trading card games that I've seen that are pretty popular. One is Splinterlands. That's the oldest trading card game that you'll see if you go on Dap Radar a lot and see the statistics, because it's one of the first. And then the more recently, Gods Unchained, which launched on Immutable X for low gas fees on Ethereum. And then you have Parallel, which is also an Ethereum-based non-partnership with
I've heard of that one. I've heard about. You talked to me about that one. So I remember
I
that
own
one.
a Parallel NFT. This is not financial advice, but it is a pretty cool game. I like their artwork, some of the best in the NFT space.
You'll have to show me that one. You've told me you owned one, but I've never actually seen it.
And then for sports, it's a huge market too that really hasn't even started. Digital trading cards. DraftKings has a huge marketplace that they're looking to increase. And then they also have a partnership with Autograph, it's called, that is owned by Tom Brady. Co-founded by Tom Brady.
I'm making a bold prediction here. In the next 2 years, the NFL draft is going to mint NFTs for their draft members, or for their draft who gets drafted.
That would be badass.
Yeah, they're gonna mint NFTs for them, and like as like trading cards. Like each of them gets like 5 trading cards or something like that of themselves for like their rookie draft card.
Some older people turning in their graves from listening to digital trading cards. But the NBA Top Shots is the last thing that I'll mention. You can own highlight reels and different NBA styled NFTs, and those are pretty badass because you can own the highlight reel.
And it's even more utility from the NBA because, like I said in the news, they bought 4 NFTs that are going to represent the NBA.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you weren't listening. You were sitting on the couch. You
Yeah,
never
I was
listen.
probably on my phone.
You never
while
listen. Gross.
And then, lastly, Near with Artera Labs has esports trading cards. We have not seen many esports. We have professional sports, but what about esports? They're leaving those guys out.
Yeah, I bought an esport monkey NFT this week. I minted it.
You did.
I minted it. It was wild. I'll tell you guys the name later when I remember it.
And they have the WNBA coming soon. I would love to see more. Honestly, I would love to see more female people in the crypto space.
There are some, but a lot of them are like...
No, for sure.
Yeah.
No, there is, definitely. I just would love to see more of it.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a lot of, like, stuff of the Bitcoin conference being, like, primarily male.
Oh.
And I think it'll be cool as more people find ways to integrate females. Like, the female-related NFTs are awesome, and I genuinely want to see how the space develops for more, like, feminine-sided products. If that
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
gonna be
I don't know if
interesting.
that makes sense or not.
No,
but
it is very, like, geared... Well, it is very geared towards men right now. Like, a lot of it is. There are spaces out there for women, like, that they have integrated.
I feel like NFTs are the most well sought because, like, they make so many it's more like gender neutral. It's characters and stuff, not just like NBA or sports cards. But the games are in general. So, anyways, we can talk about the more degenerate side of things with our next topic of crypto casinos. Right now, Decentraland is probably the biggest because they have a casino that raked in 7.5 million in the last 3 months, and that accounts for 1/3 of Decentraland's daily users. They launched their Ice Poker with Ice Token, and up to any given time they can have up to 1,000 people playing poker at once.
That's fucking crazy.
It is, because, like, you're not confined to just, like...
So this is Decentraland?
Decentraland's poker casino.
Decentraland's poker casino. I mean, I like gambling. You go to the real casino. Let's just
I
join
go
the
to
metaverse.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, because it's going to be dangerous, though, if you can just put your VR and go to the casino.
Yeah, that's going to be...
yeah, you're going to have to tread with caution. It goes hand in hand with sports betting because they could do payouts through their casino with their token. And I know some overseas casinos already pay out in Bitcoin. And I imagine that a lot of these metaverses, you'll just receive their casino winnings in their crypto and you can just exchange that for fiat. It's just a way to power up their casinos. And
power up.
How you can include NFTs more into that is you can wear clothing and shit while you're sitting at their casinos. So, like, sneakers, t-shirts, jewelry, all that shit's gonna be tokenized. So
we're gonna be coming out with some t-shirts here.
We are going to be coming out with some t-shirts for graphic designers that are looking to bolster their brand through some actual real life merchandise.
It's gonna be sick. Welcome to Testing the Space.
Testing the Space is getting a bump up.
What else do we got? My two that I shamelessly didn't do because I was working on too many projects this week, but I did read about them on the, what was it called? Give me this shit.
It's on the bottom. Oh, the
Alpha Please.
Alpha, please.
Alpha Please. It's all about alpha. I do like alpha.
By Pickle.
Yeah. It's by Pickle. I will just kind of go over it a little bit here and you can chime in, right? There's something here called the, how do I explain this the right way? It's basically an AI. It's a variety of AIs that have to do with sports games or combat games, multiplayer fantasy games, chatbots, DeFi trading, digital assistants, and metaverses. It can go through all those, but we kind of touched on a couple of those already as a whole. So if you're more interested, you can go to Alpha Please and look at it yourself. But the two that I'm going to talk about are digital assistants and chatbots. Because what chatbots are essentially customer service agents or personal companions that, help you when you're on the blockchain. You can personalize them to whatever you want.
So it's like Cortana, but on the blockchain.
Yes, you get Cortana.
And it gets more personalized as you feed it more information.
Yep, and as you feed it more information, just think about it this way: you can feed it more information as a singular entity, like yourself, to make it geared towards you, or you could feed it information for like a DAO, like a player-owned, operated, and started DAO.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sort of.
So think about it this way: when you join, let's say you join a Discord. Like in the sense of, let's just say Discord is a blockchain right now. You join it and bots pop up, correct? Yeah. Usually you get a bot that tells you to do something, so on and so forth. Well, what if you went on a blockchain and a bot popped up and a bot took you through everything? All their DAO, what they're doing, and it just did it for you.
That actually is pretty, that would be really
like
useful.
It guides you. You know what I mean?
It'd be really useful in onboarding new people for sure.
So imagine that, and then that's what the chatbots and digital assistants are. That's what that's what I envision when I see it, and you can actually create them by minting the brain, memories, and form, which are the three components in order to actually have the AI function. You have to have all three of them, and you can buy them on OpenSea. They're NFTs.
Okay. I might have to buy one.
Isn't that interesting? The memories are the most expensive. When I looked at them a couple days ago, they were 2 ETH. So they're quite pricey for, us.
Well, would you rather have a brain with no memories or a bad brain with more memories?
Ooh. A bad brain with more memories at least would be interesting.
Yeah, you can just reflect.
Yeah. You can just reflect. Philosophy 101.
Genuflect.
So there's a lot of tech jargon is what I like to call it, mainly because I don't understand half of it, because I read it 3.5 times and I still don't fully understand it. You might understand it if you read it, so you should read it so you can explain it to me, but we're going to move on. There's a lot of stuff that you can read on Alpha Please about it that is more in depth to the actual technology side of it, on like how it actually functions and does what I just told you for what those NFTs are. So it goes really in depth to it, and I kind of understand it as, they're their own moving parts. They all do their own thing. Like, this is the overall gist of it. They're all moving parts. They all do their own thing, but they all contribute to the main AI.
Okay.
Like, they all contribute to the main AI.
If you own one piece, you still get all the benefits, or not?
You do not.
Okay.
So look here. There's a picture that you can see on Alpha Please where it says the form is the optional cosmetic skin for your trading bot. This is in a nutshell. Obviously, there's more logistics that go into it, but the simplified version is that's the skin that goes into your bot, so you can skin your own bot, right? The brain is your core that has the ownership identity, and it's where your trading strategies are owned, or whatever you input in there are owned, right? And then the memory is a model for different strategies that are stored as memories owned by your frame NFT.
Okay. It's interesting. I'm just gonna plug the Alpha Please is what it's called. If you want to do more research on it, Jake gave you a pretty good rundown of it. There's a lot involved, and it's definitely something you could look out for in the future. That's pretty much, I think, a good general gist of what it is.
I agree.
Without getting into the super nitty gritty, because it's such an advanced concept.
It really is advanced. That's why I tried to water it down.
It's so futuristic that it's like you almost have to just go and do your own research.
It's what people thought would be happening in 2010 when it was 1990.
When that paperclip dude came out.
Yeah, dude, that's what I think about.
It's like
yeah,
the
on
digital
Microsoft
assistant.
On Microsoft Word, it's like the digital assistant, but you get to tell it whatever the fuck you want.
The digital assistant gets bumped up through like blockchain, and you can own it because it's your own version of it.
Yep.
Because it's personalized.
Or a DAO can own it, or a group of people can own it.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is cool. All right,
Well, the last topic we have:
I'm gonna steal it. Porn crypto.
porn crypto.
Porn crypto.
From the rise of the meme coin cum rocket to Johnny Sins endorsing his own fucking crypto, this is a brand new area in crypto that is getting some ground. I'm seeing more projects build on it, and could be a big area of growth for the blockchain technology.
Well, Jake, I'm interested. Can you tell me more about it?
Well, you see my favorite genre. No, I'm kidding. Well, I guess I can say the few things that I know have products out there, and that is Playboy has their own line of NFTs. They're making a comeback with Playboy-inspired bunny.
Comeback.
This market's not tapped into quite yet.
Playboy would be the first one to jump on that. They're all about the innovation, man.
They're doing a bunny NFT that maybe you get some like nudie pics from it or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe you get a free subscription for life.
That'd be pretty cool. I might
Their
buy
first
one.
drop. Free subscription for life.
I might buy one if you get a free subscription for life.
Like, what if they're like 2 ETH and they just free subscription for life?
Worth it. No.
Nah, they probably meant it for like 0.95. Let's be real.
And then there's Spank Chain, which is a way for models.
Spank Chain.
A way for models to get what's like financial freedom, like OnlyFans. You get money from it, but with Spank Chain and Spank Pay, you get paid out through USD. I'm sorry, you get Spank and then you can cash it out into USD. So it's just a way for models and actors and stars to get paid better through the blockchain.
However earns the dough, man.
Whatever earns, if it helps them out, it helps us out. And then Pornhub accepts a range of cryptos from Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Basically all the old original blockchain cryptos.
I see Doge on there.
They do accept Doge, so if you're listening and have some Doge, you can use it on Pornhub.
And for stablecoin owners, USDC for you stablecoin holders.
I would say Litecoin and Doge would be the easiest to use because obviously you don't want to probably spend your Bitcoin with Pornhub. Maybe you do. I don't know. I guess it depends on your morals of everything. But
Litecoin is probably the best bet.
Litecoin's the cheapest.
I mean, nobody's going to care where your transaction history goes on Doge.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an up and coming thing. I don't know how many people are spending their Bitcoin for Pornhub subscriptions yet, but
I'd like to know that statistic.
I don't know how to pull that up. But
did you ever give me this statistic from earlier? No, you didn't.
It's like 116 billion.
For what?
I think you said 40,000 times.
Oh, 16 billion. Yeah, Luna bought 40k Bitcoin, which is 16 billion.
Already? No, it must be like 106. No,
40k Bitcoins.
Already?
Yes.
Holy shit.
They bought 40k Bitcoin. Do you really don't listen to me during news, do
no,
you?
I think they're planning on buying that. They're sending buys in waves. They don't have 16 billion quite yet.
It owns 40k in Bitcoin.
Do the math on it. There's too many zeros on it for my brain to computize that.
Just do 40,000 times 40,000.
Yeah, what's that number? It's like eight. It's like 10 zeros in it. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Okay, what do we got? Why I did it on Google and it gave me the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's That's 16 billion. But they don't have that fully set through yet. They're making waves of like 160, 200 billion. I saw last night. I didn't see what they probably have something. Oh, it's 24,954 Bitcoin, which is 1.1 billion. Which they're reaching 10. That's what that number. They're going to reach towards 10 billion at some point. They're making those buys in waves.
But they own 40k Bitcoins. Not Bitcoin. Bitcoins.
Bitcoins.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's crazy.
Yeah. You gotta listen to my news, man.
All right, and then the last project, we're going to just skip ahead to the last project here, and that is Live Stars, which is just, all they know about it is a cam site, if you're interested. Sounds
Do you
good.
think I can shave my feet?
That's probably the ad we get out.
And they'll watch me? I can shave my feet. Do you guys like that?
You can shave your feet with it.
No, I can shave my feet and I can do
Not
feet
with
pics.
Feet pics.
That's how you make money. You got nice feet.
My feet stink. Alright, I mean, we covered ranging of freaking topics from real estate to digital trading cards to casinos to porn crypto.
And we didn't even talk about the last one, which I'm just going to throw out there. Maybe we can do a podcast
the
on it. AI-generated assistance too. And music.
Music as well.
Yep, music too. We really didn't talk too much on music. I will say, though, that it is underutilized, but it's starting to ramp up.
All this shit is underutilized.
Yeah,
That's what you're going to see when you do research on it, is all this shit has a foundation, but it's not nearly even being really talked about or yet implemented into these spaces, really. And they're billion-dollar industries.
Alpha.
So, I mean...
Shit's alpha.
Pretty alpha.
We're alpha right now, 100%.
Thank you for listening to our voices about the crypto space.
I'm Jake.
I'm Jake, and this is Testing the Space Podcast. Signing off.
Over.